AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Continuing with our coverage from Radio Row Super Bowl 60, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare. Excited to be joined by AJ Dillon, Boston College, Green Bay Packers, and here on behalf of an industry that's had a real renaissance with card collecting and memorabilia collecting. Thanks for the time. How are you?
Yeah, doing great. Happy to be on the show.
Hey, this is pretty fascinating because, man, like card collecting when I was a kid was the junk wax era.
Yeah.
None of that's worth $1 anymore.
No.
It's awful. But this whole industry has had a renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into this?
You know, when I got in the league, I was signing so many cards for, a Panini or X, Y, and Z. And so people kept starting to tag me on Instagram, like, hey, check out this card of yours, this card of yours. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So I started collecting and, in the off season, I would do breaks. I would open packs for people, send them out, go to the post office. And, it's been a hobby of mine, a passion of mine since I came in as a rookie. So about 5, 6 years now.
What you got there? You got a stack.
Yeah, naturally, we're in San Fran. We got a nice Joe Montana here. Anytime you got some Super Bowl quarterbacks, you can't go wrong. So we got Drake May, Sam Darnold.
Love it.
On the kaboom. And then obviously this guy's had a great year. So JSN Razzle Dazzle.
JS, what's interesting too, man, is like people my age, I think, and so a lot of people listening or watching, some 43.
Yeah.
Did the card thing as kids, and now they have kids.
Yeah.
And this has been a great way for fathers and sons maybe to have a hobby together.
Absolutely. I think it's great anytime you can bridge the generations together. I've been opening up, I got a 2.5-year-old, and so we've been ripping. He's not quite the sports card yet, but there's a Disney card. So you get the Lightning McQueen, the Buzz Lightyears, and he's loving it.
Oh, it's so good.
So, some Disney Wonder cards. We've been ripping through boxes.
Love it, man. We got some packs we're going to rip here in just a quick second, though. But let's tell people, because you're here because the National Sports Collectors Convention is coming up this summer. Tell people about what they need to know.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest of its kind, essentially the Super Bowl of card collecting. They had over 100,000 people there last year. It's going to be even bigger and better this year. It's 46th annual. So it's been a long-standing within the hobby. It's a place to be. It's always during training camp. So it's July 29th to August 2nd. So I've never been, and hopefully I don't go for a few more years here. But eventually, that's where you'll find me every year. It's if you're a beginner or an advanced collector, that's where you want to be. So make sure to check it out.
July 29th through August 2nd, Rosemont, Illinois. The 46 years running, the oldest of its kind. NSCCshow.com. NSCCshow.com. Maybe, Paul, we could put that up on the screen if we can. NSCCshow.com.
Put it right here.
Yeah. Just cover my face.
Yeah, put it right here.
Cover my face with it right. All right, let's rip these, man.
All right, let's do it. Yeah.
And meanwhile, while we rip these, let's give me a thought on Super Bowl 60, man.
Man, I think obviously you got two great teams. I think if you're looking on,
you do one, I'll do one.
Yeah, you go. I think if you're looking on paper, Seattle is just a well-oiled machine right now. But I think I went to Boston College. I got a lot of fans who are big Patriots fans, so I'm rooting for them this year. I'm rooting for the Patriots. I want to see some of my friends happy. They've been accustomed to just winning all the time, so hopefully they go ahead and get.
Oh yeah, those poor Patriots fans who've gone through that. Yeah, all you six Super Bowl championships in the Belichick Brady era.
J-Lo,
hey,
my guy,
let's go,
man. Base card, but my boy.
All right, is there anything that you look for initially? Like, what should I tell me about these packs? What should I be looking for?
So you're looking absolute. There's a possible Kaboom in there, which is a huge card. Kind of looks like
the JSN.
Like
yep.
And,
did you have a JSN Kaboom?
No, Razzle Dazzle.
Oh, Razzle Dazzle. Okay, that's
Mosaic.
okay,
yeah.
yep,
But any rookies. So this one right here, this rookie wave, that's a solid card. But the rookies are going to be in the back.
All right. Kenneth Grant, Ty Robinson, Tua. Let's see, Jake Ferguson.
Okay.
Draft Diamonds.
Yeah.
Draft Diamonds. You have something there?
Nice little variation there.
Let's see.
These are all going to be base cards now.
Austin. I got Joey B. LSU represent Joey B. Come on, I don't even care if that's worth nothing, bro. It's Joey B. I rip a pack and I get a Joey B. Come on,
that's
now.
what the collection's about. That's what the hobby is about, right
so
there.
fired up. I got another Jake Ferguson and Tyreek Hill. All
There
right,
you go.
bro. I can stop now.
Hey, you might need to just put that up here for the rest of the weekend.
You know what?
Out here.
I love the idea. There it
you
is.
go.
You know what I got to do though?
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna fit right there. You know what I got to do? We got to get a Jaden because I saw Jaden here earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, JD5, he's our guy there. LSU represent.
LSU.
One of these packs has to have a Jaden in it. So here we go. We got two more. You go, I go. Here we go. All right. I'm speaking this into existence for Jaden Daniels. Here we go. How about pulling a Joey B? I'll tell you what. So wait, so who do you like? Do you like who do you think wins? You got
I hate when people do, Seattle's.
Yeah.
I think Seattle wins, but I want the Patriots to win for my boys who are big Patriots.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Hey, look.
But I hate that answer, so I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I'm gonna say the Patriots.
We got. Oh, dude, I might have just pulled a little something.
Yeah.
Hang on. Well, all right. Let's see. Pat Bryant.
Got a Gentry. Tank Dell.
I mean, Ted McMillan.
Yeah.
I mean, Hog Heaven, Ted McMillan.
Yeah.
I mean,
you hear how that rolls off the tongue? Hog Heaven, Ted McMillan.
Ted McMillan. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't want him to win Rookie of the Year. I want who should win, him or Tyler Shough? And we're in New Orleans, bro. I mean, come on, you gonna give it to a receiver, a Panthers receiver, just because he got some yards?
He had some yards. He had some catches. What are we doing? He had a couple of touchdowns.
Dog, Tyler Shough playing with a practice squad roster, and he goes and actually wins games.
I think if he'd have played all year,
he had me playing right guard.
I think if he'd have played all year, maybe. But
Drake May. Here we go.
Give me some more Tigers in there.
Audric Estime.
Hey.
Great New Orleans Saint running back, Audric Estime now. Hey, that's true, Notre Dame guy. I read on your bio your grandfather played at Notre Dame.
Grandfather, yes. Tom Gay. We played back there with Joe Theismann.
Dude, were you a big Notre Dame fan growing up?
Ironically, no.
Why not?
I felt like that was his thing. He had a bunch of records there, All-American. I just kind of wanted to do my own thing. But
Flowers.
Not a big South Bend guy. It's in the middle of nowhere.
So I lived in South Bend I went to school at Holy Cross.
My bad.
No, dude. Like, why do you think I left?
Yeah, we played. You went to Holy Cross?
I went to Holy Cross for 1 year, left. I was this is not for me. Now, my brother lives
the
in
purple
South
Holy Cross, right?
No. This is Holy Cross. This is the Rudy Holy Cross. So my brother, though, lives in South Bend, works at the university at Notre Dame. So, they're big.
Is Rudy a true story?
Well, I mean, he's a real human that existed.
I know, but
dude, you want me to tell you a story?
Was it really like that, though?
No, I don't think
it was.
So, for real, there was a professor at Holy Cross that, what you got over there? Oh, you got a Kayshawn.
Oh, where'd this come from?
Let's go.
Hey.
Bro, just seriously, where did that come from? I don't know. Like, there's a Kayshawn
drop
movie.
This up here?
I'm gonna tell you what's really cool about Kayshawn is so real quick. So the Rudy thing, not to lie. Look, the movie's great and people love the story and all that stuff. Like, there was a professor. This lady was like there when God rested, right? I mean, she was so old, old as dirt.
Yep.
And she said that he was like so disruptive, and he went to her home and laid down in her driveway behind her car and wouldn't leave until she agreed to give him the Grady one.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
I mean, you got to respect the dedication.
No,
though.
for sure. But you know what else you can respect? Go to class and make good grades. I can respect that.
Don't be sleeping outside your teacher's house.
But still a great movie. If you love the movie, enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
All right, man. Dude, this was a lot of fun. I pulled the Joey B. I mean,
You got this, Kayshawn.
Hey, wait.
I don't know where it came from. Yeah, that's you.
Come on, dude.
Somebody must have heard out there that you're looking for LSU Tigers.
Dude, Kayshawn. I'm so happy for him. I hope he has a great day on Sunday.
That'd be awesome.
AJ Dillon. Yo, look, coming up July 29th through August 2nd, in Rosemont, Illinois. It's a 2026 National Sports Collectors Convention. Learn more at nsccshow.com. Put it right in front of my face. nsccshow.com.
Say that 3 times fast.
nsccshow.com, nsccshow.com, nsccshow.com.
All right, yeah, this guy's the real deal. Thank you for listening.
I
Thank you for
appreciate it,
having
man.
me. Hey,
Good stuff.
appreciate
Thank
you, man.
you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great chat with AJ Dillon. We appreciate him. Hey, remember parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor. If you need restoration or remediation work, Parish Restoration can help. Parishrestoration.com. They'll come spray their patented non-toxic dry fog. They'll close up all the doors, the windows, let that fog dwell, as they say. It'll kill everything down to the spores. If you have odor from smoke or sweat or pets or anything, they'll get rid of it. If you have, if you need sanitization, flu, virus, whatever might be going through the office, the school, whatever, like a lot of places will have this semi-annually, where they'll have Parish come in twice a year and spray for sanitization. Parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Big shout out, as always, to Blazia and the great team at Decision Critical Concierge Nursing, our Thursday sponsors all throughout the year. It's not just healthcare, it's healthcare for your lifestyle. We'll now get a break, come back. Ryan Leaf will join us here on site at Radio Row's Super Bowl 60, our coverage all week, presented by FMOL Health. It is AFR.
After Further Review.
GLO, glowresources.com, glowresources.com. They are complete employer solutions. GLO, glowresources.com. Check out our friends over at Glow Resources. If you're a business owner, if you're the marketing manager, if you're the hiring manager, if you're someone in charge of finding the right people in the business to fill the right roles to make your business the most profitable, efficient it can be, you need Glow Resources. Well, what job? Any job. What type of company? Any type of company. They specialize in skilled blue-collar workers. So if you need heavy equipment operators, crane operators, anything like that, welders, pipe fitters, they can find that. But they also have their professional placement division where they can help you find any type of office job, from an office assistant up to the C-suite. It's Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com, glowresources.com. Complete employer solutions. Check them out at GLO, glowresources.com.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com. After Further Review with Matt Moscona, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row in San Francisco. Presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Scheduled to be joined right now by Ryan Leaf. Waiting on him. Hopefully he'll find his way this way. But in the meantime, our guy Ross Jackson, Locked On Saints and LouisianaSports.net. Good enough to hang out with us for a couple of minutes. Man, you've been doing the shuttle tour up to Northern California. There's Ryan. So Ryan Leaf is here. Sorry, Ross.
No, it's
you
all
gotta
good.
go.
I had a great time.
Ross.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Sorry, Ross. You gotta go.
I'll go back to operating your camera.
Ross, we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you in about 15 minutes. Okay. Ross can come back. later. Okay. Ryan Leaf joins us now because he's here and
on time.
Ross, yeah, you're here.
I'm
dude.
pretty much on time.
Matt Moscona, we're in.
Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Baton Rouge, right?
Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Lake Charles. You're talking to all of Louisiana. So say what's up to the folks in the boot, man. Hey, dude, you're so fascinating. I listened to your interview on the Pivot with RC and those guys. Just your whole story is a fascinating sort of comeback story. Is it fair to say that?
I don't know. I think it's just a life story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like for you that just this week being? I know this is old hat for you now, but just like what's been your impressions this week so far here?
Well, I went and yelled at this guy yesterday morning.
Why?
Because he's a piece of.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Yeah. And so, I still do stupid stuff.
Who is
Dr. Shough?
What does he do? I don't know.
Yeah, he was my team doctor at the Chargers. He was with. He was supposedly Junior Seau's friend, drinking with him every night, prescribing pain pills and Ambien to him after his first suicide attempt. And I just feel like he's a rotten human being. And I work with a lot of former NFL players. And so.
You and Junior were tight?
Well, he was my teammate. And I don't even know if the tight is the right word. It was. there's some survivor's guilt. Why not? Why am I here and why isn't he? And I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. And so I reacted in a negative way. I just told him he was a fraud. And, sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Sure.
And so, it's probably something I shouldn't have done, but I also understand that I'm human and I was experiencing those feelings. And so that's a big part of it, but that wasn't what this is supposed to be about. This is supposed to be about, using my platform to help people because of my story. And that's usually what this is on a yearly basis. And, I was just down in Louisiana and Baton Rouge for the first time last August.
Come on.
Yeah, I spoke to the team for Coach Kelly.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, and it was incredible. It was an incredible time with that crew. And now you guys got Lane, and Lane's had me to Mississippi twice, and at Florida Atlantic wants to speak. I know Lane really well. Him and I feel we've come really close. I know he's super excited for the opportunity.
What do you also give us a little insight? Because Ryan, honestly, I think everyone knows of Lane because he's been such a public guy. I mean, he was an NFL head coach at 32.
Yep.
I mean, it's been 20 years in the public life, but I don't think a lot of people know Lane. He's been the head coach at LSU now for 2 months, and aside from a press conference asking him a question, I haven't talked to him or met him. So give me some insight here.
Well, for me, the coolest thing about him and is that he's had some real self-reflection. He got sober. That's a big part of this. You find out who you are as a person, and making this decision with all the publicity that came with it, leaving a team that was in the playoff, like that was going to take a lot of understanding yourself and what you were going through and what it was going to be like and how to make it happen. And he's done that, and he's done that incredibly well. So I've known Lane probably for about 10 years now, and I've spent a lot of quality time with him. And I think he's a great guy, and I think that he's got the right head on his shoulders to be the best possible version of himself.
It seems like those that know him say that this is the best version of Lane, despite the negative publicity and everything around the way he left. I think we all understand the calendar in college football sucks, and there just was, if you were going to leave, what are you going to do? Like, it's what you got to do. Let me ask you from a football perspective. I mean, what do you think of Lane Kiffin, the offensive mind?
Genius.
Why do you say?
Genius.
I think we throw that word around a lot, but I think it carries more gravitas coming from you.
Yeah, because I think he's so inventive. It hasn't shifted. He was a guy that did some really interesting things, but he had super talented people at USC and at Alabama when he was the offensive coordinator. Then he gets to Florida Atlantic and he still wins, right? He develops, he brings in the right players. I mean, look, he went and got the running back that ultimately in Judkins and should have been freshman of the year, I think, the way he played against I called the game Ole Miss versus Texas A&M down in College Station where they both, Achan and him, went head to head. It was such a good one. And he's just been able to find the right fit. He knows the players that are going to be right for what he does, and so he's gone about that, and now he's going to have a free-for-all at LSU with the cupboard being able to be used for that aspect of things.
Ryan Leaf is hanging out with us. By the way, what can we promote? What shows, what platforms, what can we promote where people can find your stuff?
Well, the reason I'm here every year, and the reason I'm here is because I do work with the Menninger Clinic, and it's a psychiatric substance abuse center in Houston, and they do amazing work. They really do, and they started a relationship with the NFLPA about 3 years ago. And so now when I go down there quarterly to work with the doctors and work with the people around that, there'll be anywhere from 8 to 12 former NFL players there.
Wow.
And I will get that peer-to-peer thing that actually is going on and understanding that they're not alone, that there can be a solution, that something positive can happen when you're struggling like that. I think that's the biggest thing that us as players, when we take that uniform off, are the identity crisis we have, because that's always what we've always been. What are we going to do now? And then when you go through struggles and troubles and people are judging you and you feel like it's the end of the world, knowing that it's not. And the partnership I have with the Menninger Clinic has allowed for that to just absolutely flourish in the hands-on opportunities I've had to to affect lives is nothing like it would have been if I would have been a good football player.
It's not. It is funny. Not funny. Haha. Just interesting how when you can pull back to a 10,000-foot view and you can take a look at the entire path and go, that makes sense. Like I referenced the interview you did with RC and the guys on the pivot, and you're talking about. I remember this vividly. There was a story you were talking about, like going on a house tour and then like looking in someone's cabinet for pills. It's like you're dealing with a very serious addiction, which I think you're going from being in the Rose Bowl and the number 2 pick in the draft and all the things to being then in federal prison. But Ryan, without that, are we sitting here talking about the Menninger Clinic?
No, hell no. Like the gratitude I have around, having gone through that, I don't recommend it. Right? I don't recommend that, but I am very grateful for it, that I experienced it, that I am. I'm here because of it, and you're right. The relationships I've built, and the understanding of who my friends really are. Like, I know who my friends are now. Like, the ones that disappeared when the money disappeared, the fame disappeared, and the troubles showed up. Those guys that disappeared, ironically too, they tried coming back a few years ago, and it's just like, hey, I forgive you, but it doesn't mean I have to engage with you anymore. That's not how this works. So, that's the you problem now, not a me one.
Yeah. Got a couple more minutes here with Ryan Leaf. Check out the Menninger Clinic. By the way, I would assume that's not just for ex-athletes, right? That could be for anybody who's
for anybody who's going through any sort of psychiatric substance use disorder. They have sleep disorder. They have eating disorder. I mean, they really. And it's such a beautiful campus.
Where is it in Houston?
It's right kind of downtown in the medical.
It's in the Med Center?
Yeah, it's around the Med Center. It's just on a beautiful campus, and they do such a great job. Dr. Daryl Shorter is the executive director, and him and I do a podcast called The Recovery Playbook. Did you ever see that Key and Peele show where one was Obama and the other guy played the translator for Obama?
Yeah.
That's what this podcast is. He's like a medical genius, and he tries to speak, medical terms around addiction and recovery and everything, and I'm there to translate it in layman's terms for all of us out there that need to hear it. So it's been good.
The Recovery Playbook. That's the Menninger Clinic in Houston. My son was born at Texas Children's. He had a lot of issues when he was born, so I got much love for what they do in the Med Center every day in Houston. Hopefully you never have need for anything in the Med Center in Houston. If you do, you're so insanely grateful that it's there.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Let me. It feels so trivial to ask, but let me ask you a football question. If you had to have Drake May or Sam Darnold on Sunday, who would you prefer?
I don't think there's an answer to that question, to be honest with you. They're both playing incredible football. They do a tremendous job. Listen, I love Drake May. I'm rooting for Sam because, listen, Sam knows what it's like to have to wear that anchor of a bus. And I know that too. And he navigated it in a way where he got out of it. No matter what the outside noise looked like, no matter what it's looked like, he's always responded. He's in the offseason gone back to the clinic. He went to Jordan Palmer and kept working on his fundamentals and everything that he needed to get better. And no matter what, and even last year, 14 wins, and the Vikings say, nope, still not good enough.
Right.
Still not good enough. Right. All right? Beat it, kid.
Yeah.
And Seattle finally said, no, it's plenty good enough, and we're going to support you, and we're going to, and surely enough, they're in the Super Bowl. So I kind of have a soft spot for that. I want to see him be successful. I would think that would be the most outrageous story, that Sam Darnold, after all that's been talked about and done everything, would be the first one to raise the Lombardi from that draft class with Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen and all those guys. And that would be incredibly impressive, and would show how mentally tough that young man is.
Yeah, what a great perspective, man. That's awesome. Do you have any perspective on Sam Levitt? I know you call a lot of games. I don't know if you had Sam Levitt. Did you have him at Arizona State ever?
I didn't have. I had him at Arizona State a couple times, and of course, just with Coach, I knew who he was. I think that they were going to go after who Lane thought was going to be the best dual threat quarterback he could. Now, listen. Simmons was going to be the guy this year if he doesn't get hurt. Yeah. No one's ever heard of Trinidad Trambless, maybe.
You're right.
So you just never know how that's going to go. He recruits to a special type of offense he wants to run. I think the offense would have looked a lot different if Simmons would have been the starter the entire year, because I do think his legs would have been more of an advantage than maybe Chambliss's was. But it worked out for the best. And the fact that you bring in a guy that is incredibly gifted as an athlete to have that dual threat, I think you've put LSU in a really good position. Last year's offense was just there was no identity to it, and I wanted them to be successful so much, and Garrett to throw it all over the yard, but then be physical. They just couldn't run the football, and they didn't have no identity behind it. And the defense was finally good enough to be a difference maker, but you just left them on the field too long, And so I don't think Lane's going to have that problem. I think he's going to have the fact that he was able to keep Bacon as defensive coordinator is a big deal.
Yeah. Blake's awesome, man. There's a lot of people who are excited, but maybe some cautious optimism around. Can we get you in Baton Rouge to call a game?
I would love that. I'm calling Pac-12 games next year.
Okay.
So I'll be the closest I'll be to you guys be in Texas.
All right.
San Marcos, Texas State.
Let's go, man.
New Pac-12.
Hey, man, there have been. Oh, that's right. In the new Pac-12. Does that hurt you a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Washington State's in it. They have a better chance to go to the college football playoff in this new Pac-12 than they ever did in the old Pac-12.
That's fair.
So I don't mind that. I think I give a lot of credit to Teresa Gould and for them keeping the conference together and the brand.
How would the 1995 Washington State coup? 95?
97.
Wait. No, 96. Oh, was that the Rose Bowl against Michigan?
Yep.
97, yeah, of course, 97. Charles Woodson, and they won the Heisman. And you're right, okay. So how would 97 Washington State have fared in the playoff in 97? That was Nebraska won the Nebraska and Michigan shared the natty.
Right. I think the four teams that ultimately played in the Orange Bowl and the Rose Bowl that year, I think that would have been probably would have been your semifinals. I would have liked to have seen, Tennessee and Washington State play, so Peyton and I could have played against each other in college.
That would have been cool.
That would have been
great, right? Ryan Leaf, this was fun, man. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it sincerely.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Of course. Continued success and everything, man. Y'all check out the Menninger Clinic in Houston. Amazing work to help people. And, of course, the Recovery Playbook podcast with Ryan Leaf. Great stuff there, man. You hear him all over ESPN and on games, and what an amazing success story. As he said, a life story. All right, it's after further review. Let me knock out a quick break, y'all. We'll come back. Matt Sims is set to join us here on AFRs. We are live from Radio Row. Our coverage all week is presented by FMOL Health. And, of course, our Thursday shows are brought to you every single Thursday all throughout the year by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Don't you move.
AFR.
Hey, I want to remind you about Duplessis Builders. DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net. Man, Duplessis Builders, just amazing work by Derek Duplessis and his team. I love telling the story. You're talking about a guy that by trade is an engineer, right? Went to LSU, graduated in mechanical engineering, minor in aerospace engineering, working as an engineer. Sister wanted a pool. Said, I think I can do that. Built his sister's pool, did 8 pools that first year, and now they're one of the fastest growing pool companies in the country. Last year, they were on Pool & Spa Magazine's list of the top 50 pool builders in America, number 24 in the country. Stunning, amazing job. They'll build you a beautiful pool, but look, there's lots of pool builders that'll build a beautiful pool. Duplessis, the differentiator, is they offer a 10-year workmanship warranty. 10 years. When the industry standard is 1. That's because Derek is an engineer, and he will build you a product that lasts. Check him out at DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at DecisionCriticalBR.com. AFR, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Okay. So, now Ross Jackson sits down, which means Matt Sims is going to walk up any second.
Really,
now.
my plan is just to be your good luck charm.
That would be wonderful.
That's it. I'm not,
You've done amazing work here this week, and I would love for you to continue doing that by virtue of you being a good luck charm and then Matt Sims walking up.
Great.
But, if he doesn't, I'm glad to have Ross with us. So we're here, Radio Row Super Bowl 60, our coverage all week presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare. So Ross Jackson, Locked on Saints, LouisianaSports.net, here with us. He sort of drew the assignment of getting on the shuttle bus every day and going up to Northern California to actually cover the game and the teams here. So, and there's a lot of storylines locally relevant. Let's start with tonight with NFL honors.
Yeah.
Ross, Drew Brees. I think the only reason people are thinking he may not end up being a first ballot is because of what happened with Belichick.
Yeah.
But
He's got to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, right?
There's no way he's not. I mean, there's no way they can get that wrong, right? I mean, I know they got the Bill Belichick thing wrong. They kind of got the Robert Kraft thing wrong, but that's okay. You know, like this feels very much like him and Larry Fitzgerald, maybe like Adam Vinatieri or something like that. Like there's a few first ballot guys here, but there's not enough, in my opinion at least, to usurp what it is that Drew Brees has done and how he has drawn his resume for a gold jacket. Yeah. Everything from what he's done on the field to what he's done off the field, he exemplifies the gold standard of receiving that jacket. And so we all very much expect that he will be a part of this 2026 Hall of Fame class.
It's going to be awesome, and he'll be the first Saint to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Jari Evans also was a finalist. I think we know he's not.
Yeah, we believe that that's the case. This will be the third year in a row, though, that he's a finalist, which is still quite a feat. Yeah. And perhaps, opens the door for him again for next season if he doesn't get in tonight.
It's one of those things where you get in, you just wait your turn, and it's we talked about this with Kevin Mawai, and he had to wait 5 years, but hopefully this means that Jari is getting closer and will reach that threshold. But it's also a big night for Tyler Shough and potentially for Demario Davis as well, as both of them are up for awards.
Yeah, so Tyler Shough, who won the Pepsi Zero Sugar Rookie of the Year award, which is not the AP official award, but is still a recognition. That one is fan voted as opposed to being voted on by the 50 AP voters who vote for things like Hall of Fame and so on and so forth. And so he'll be up for Offensive Rookie of the Year, where Teteroa McMillan, the wide receiver out of Carolina, is the favorite. I think, for me, I think he has a legitimate shot because he's the quarterback who actually wins football games. Yeah. I think it's awesome that Teteroa McMillan came in his rookie year and had a 1,000-yard receiving season. Chris Olave did that too, and was nowhere near Offensive Rookie of the Year conversation, right? Yeah. And
Who won it Olave's year? Do you remember?
I can't off the top of my head. Let me look. I know it was was that C.J. Stroud? No, it would have been the year before C.J. Stroud, because it was Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, and then somebody else before that. But I look at Tyler Shough as having at least a legitimate shot, even though he might not walk away with that particular trophy for this one. And then, of course, Walter Payton Man of the Year is what Demario Davis is up for as well. And last year, we all felt like it was likely that Cam Jordan was going to walk away with that award. He did not in New Orleans. That felt like a major snub. And so we'll see what happens with Demario here. But he and Tyler Shough are the guys that are up tonight.
It was another receiver that won Rookie of the Year in 2022.
Would that be Jamar Chase?
It was Garrett Wilson.
No, Garrett Wilson, that's right.
So Garrett Wilson had a cool 1,100 yards and 4 touchdowns. But Olave was only 60 yards behind. They had the same number of touchdowns. Olave was only 60 yards behind him and had 11 fewer receptions. So very comparable rookie seasons for Garrett Wilson and a really good number 2 in Chris Olave.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I think that
you just rolled right over my disc.
I went past it because look, I think that this is relevant in terms of what the conversation is when it comes to this Offensive Rookie of the Year award and who it is that qualifies for this. It's not about the win-loss record in a lot of cases when you're not a quarterback, but when you're a quarterback and you're actually out there winning football games the way that we saw Tyler Shough do after what was a 1-8 start, going 5-3 after that, 5-4 as a starter over the course of the year, single-handedly winning games, 3-game winning drives, 2 fourth-quarter comebacks. He was second in passing yards, second in completions amongst the rookie class, highest completion percentage amongst all rookies, and one of the best third down and fourth quarter. I mean, I can give you all the criteria here, but I do think that Tyler Shough does have a legitimate shot.
I'd love to see him win it. It would be really cool.
Yeah.
So NFL Honors is tonight here in San Francisco, and then Sunday they're going to play a game. There's so many local angles, mostly just from the LSU guys who there's 5 of them playing in this game, so our local audience is certainly keeping an eye on those guys. But the Rashid Shaheed angle is really interesting as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about just a gift falling in your lap. I mean, you get traded, at the deadline, and you end up in a Super Bowl and playing a really big impact. I know you got to talk to Rashid. Was it today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
You talked to Rashid yesterday. How did that convo go?
It was great. I mean, look, Rashid is a great dude. Like, he's awesome on the field, but he is also just a fantastic person to talk to. Very open, very honest. He outlined how it is that he learned about the trade, which actually the news was broken to him by a phone call from his financial advisor as he was parking at the facility. Now, with the way that the news cycle moves today, it's not uncommon at all for a player to learn that they were traded by somebody, some party other than the team that's traded him or the team that has traded for him. And so he wanted to be very clear that there is still a strong relationship between him and the organization, strong relationship between him and Chris Olave. And he even went so far as to say that should the opportunity present itself, he would leave the door open for a return to New Orleans, which would be a very interesting turn of events. But I think the Saints would have a lot of competition before that were to ever come to fruition, whether him staying in Seattle where he's now found success, or of course we're expecting right now that offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak's going to take that Las Vegas Raiders job. And so now you would have Clint Kubiak probably pushing to get him to Las Vegas as well. And so I wouldn't expect a return, but it's clear that he still has a very fond memory and relationship with the city of New Orleans.
I guess I didn't even consider it, but you do see that sometimes, Ross, maybe more so in baseball. Like one that immediately comes to mind is Aroldis Chapman, who, and as a Yankee fan, he was the Yankees closer. The Yankees traded him at the deadline to the Cubs. He helped the Cubs win a World Series in 2016, became a free agent, signed back with the Yankees. So he was basically just on loan to the Cubs for their playoff push and ultimately won a World Series. It worked. So I guess it's not totally unprecedented, but would Shaheed fit what the Saints need if he were to return to New Orleans?
It's a great bar right there, great run.
Would Shaheed fit a need?
I mean, I think if you look at what it is that the Saints maybe didn't have towards the end of the season, you might say, they could have used a guy like Rashid Shaheed, right? Like another deep threat speed guy. Now, of course, Chris Olave stepped up into that role very well, finished the season strong, finished with 9 touchdowns, all those other pieces, lots of career highs and all that. But I do think that there could be a world in which that's there. But I also look at it from the Saints' perspective and go, okay, well, if you're looking for speed and you're looking for return ability, your opportunity to find that elsewhere, whether it's in the draft or something like that, is just as viable a pathway than spending, $10 million, $12 million plus.
Less expensive path.
You know what I mean?
A very less expensive path if you're able to do it through the draft, so we'll see how they go. Anything else this week here from the Saints' perspective we should be keeping an eye on?
Yeah, I think the other things that you're really kind of like watching throughout all this is, you had Charlie Smith here. You're seeing guys like Demario Davis, Cam Jordan are here. And I even spoke with Clint Kubiak as well as Andrew Janocko, who were a part of the last year's coaching staff. And every single one of those folks, and I'll highlight Kubiak and Janocko in particular, who talked about how even from afar, they see the promise and the optimism that Tyler Shough is bringing to New Orleans and kind of the trajectory of the New Orleans Saints. And they're very aware of what they're seeing there and the promise that a lot of Saints fans are feeling. It's being felt by other folks from other organizations as well. So
I was looking over because there was a gentleman walking with a black and gold jacket, and I saw the NFC patch and the black and gold. I'm like,
oh yeah,
does this guy have a Saints jacket on? No, it's a Super Bowl 50 jacket. The AFC
caught my eye when they were over here too.
It's the AFC patches on the other, and it's Super Bowl 50. And the Saints didn't play in Super Bowl 50. That was the Broncos when Peyton didn't have an arm and they still won it.
Yeah,
right. There was Broncos.
Was that Broncos Seahawks?
No,
that was way later. Broncos Panthers. That's right.
Broncos Seahawks was 2 years prior. Was 2013, and that's when the Seahawks just dusted the Broncos. And then in 2014, so that was 13. Then in 2014 was the Seahawks Patriots. That was the interception at the goal line with Malcolm Butler in 14. Then 15 was the Peyton Manning Super
If only
Bowl.
the Seahawks had like a Marshawn Lynch or something that year.
They could just maybe given him the ball and let him run for a yard. That would have been something.
Yeah.
The two craziest reactions to that play is Pete Carroll's blood-curdling scream when he fell down. And then Richard Sherman looking up at the video board.
That's
just going
priceless.
What in the I was going to win another Super Bowl, and then I'm not going to win another Super Bowl. So you should read all about this Super Bowl at LouisianaSports.net. Ross Jackson has you covered. And, of course, you can listen or watch every day to Locked On Saints. And if you're not doing that, then you're just doing it wrong. So Locked On Saints, go subscribe. What do you have tonight or tomorrow coming? So Honors is tonight.
Honors is tonight. I had a really great conversation with Will Campbell, former LSU Tiger, who, of course, is going to the Super Bowl in his rookie year. So a great pathway there. He outlined how it is that LSU kind of prepared him for that, outlined some of the coaches that had a huge influence on him as he moved forward. So we'll be tracking all that and more here from Radio Row with a few more interviews tomorrow.
You know what? I'm glad Matt Sims didn't come. Who wants to talk to him anyway?
I'm so cool.
Yeah, Matt Sims.
I'm great. I'm not going to say anything negative about Matt Sims. I'll say a lot of things positive about myself, though.
That's why people like you, Ross. We're checking into the hotel, and Ross gets the life story of the person.
Shout out to Mavis.
Shout
out Miss Mavis.
Who somehow, in the very brief interaction of Ross checking into the hotel, which really just involves giving someone your ID and a credit card for incidentals, which you didn't even have to do because that's the company has that covered. Ross found out her name, that she lived in Baton Rouge at some point. I think you're probably going to be like the adoptive uncle of her children now.
I'm going to officiate her next wedding.
Probably.
She moved to San Francisco when she was 7 because her dad was in the military. And so, What else did we learn about Mavis? That was kind of it. I mean, I do know that she misses the food of New Orleans, which who doesn't? I've been here for 2 days, and I miss the food of New Orleans.
Dude, I don't know about you, man. I go eat when I'm
same.
So I had a 28-day dry-aged bone-in ribeye last night at what is the second oldest restaurant in San Francisco called John's something or other, 1908.
Yeah.
So went there last night, and I think I'm going to Moscona's tonight.
Nice.
I told you I was going.
Yeah.
And I'll go sit by myself at the bar and eat or something.
Yeah, you have to. I went to a ramen shop that had like 20, maybe 15, 20 seats last night, and it was incredible.
Thanks for the invite.
I love those. Hey, thanks for the invite.
Well, I was at dinner with Jeff Martindale, ESPN's Director of Affiliate Relations.
Uh-huh.
So
I couldn't be there?
No, you could have come.
Yeah, so thanks for
he invited me.
Oh, I see.
But then,
really, I should be mad. I should be upset with him.
He asked me if I wanted to go to dinner, but then he just wanted to go across the street to Chipotle.
No,
and I was like,
Jared Carr.
I was like, Jeff, I'm not going, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in San Francisco. I'm not going to Chipotle.
No.
I was like, come meet me. I'm paying. We're going here. Because I wouldn't have the expectation of going to a nice place and then making someone go there in the place. Like, I'm paying for dinner. Just come meet me there. So, but it was his invite. Yeah. But you could have come. I totally could have come.
It's all right. We'll make it up. We'll take a Waymo to to somewhere. I want to do it, man.
I do too.
I want to try it.
Let's leave here, Waymo back to the hotel.
Yes.
Or you're going to Honors. I was going to say you can come to Skoma's with me. We'll Waymo to Skoma's.
Yeah.
All right, I got to go to break.
All right.
Thank you.
Good
You're
to see
great.
you.
That's Ross Jackson, at Ross Jackson NOLA. It is after further review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here on this Thursday edition of AFR as we're coming down the home stretch. We are brought to you by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. Firstsouthland.com. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. If you're looking for that investment property, the land to buy, build your family's dream home, 1,000 acres for agriculture for more than 100 years, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. Okay, I'm late. It'll be a quick segment to wrap up next. Stay here, AFR.
AFR.
It's funny. I just saw a bit ago Michael Papajohn. You know Michael Papajohn, right? Former LSU baseball player who has made a career in movies as a stuntman. And he's here promoting a new docuseries coming. We're going to talk to Papajohn tomorrow. But he and the director of that movie is actually someone we interviewed last year. It was the concussion documentary with Brett Favre. Anyway, we were chatting, and he noticed that, man, look, you've lost weight, you look good. And so I was telling him a little bit about everything. And then we got talking about peptides as well. So all this to say, Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. If you want to learn more about peptides that can help with so many different things, gut health, brain health, if it's energy levels, if it's recovery, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Live your most optimal life. yourgoodwood.com.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com. AFR, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on this Thursday edition of AFR. It'll be a quick one. Unfortunately, having a little trouble connecting phone calls here on site, so I can't get Jimmy. My apologies for that, but let me run through Otterlocks for you. And there's a good bit of plays over at LouisianaSports.net. In college basketball in the hardwood tonight, odds got UAB plus 1.5. Actually, there isn't a designation as if UAB is the favorite or the underdog, but it's just UAB 1.5 is what it says. So we'll have to get that corrected on the site. But he's got UAB in women's college basketball. It does like the Tigers tonight. LSU, a 5.5-point underdog at Texas. LSU's already beaten Texas, and quite honestly, LSU's playing better now than they were when they beat Texas the first time. I kind of like that play a lot. You're going to give me the Tigers, as hot as they are, catching 5.5, even though it's a road game. I don't hate that. And then 3 picks from Colucci. He's got the Carolina Hurricanes, the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Actually, the Hurricanes are on the puck line, so it's minus 1.5. Flyers and Lightning both on the money line, so you can, of course, parlay those together. Parlayed Colucci's picks last week, and they hit, and I'll tell you what, I wasn't mad about that. So, again, UAB in men's college basketball, LSU in women's college basketball, Carolina on the puck line. As far as hockey, Carolina on the puck line, then the Flyers and the Lightning on the money line. Get all those plays for free, always, over at LouisianaSports.net. Big shout out, as always, to Blazer Rivette and the great team at Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. It's not just healthcare; it's healthcare for your lifestyle. Not just in Baton Rouge; they're all over the state of Louisiana, and now their Dallas office as well. Their expertly trained nurses will come in home, to the hospital, to the doctor, whatever you need from birth to end of life, they do it all. DecisionCriticalBR.com, DecisionCriticalBR.com. Okay, that's going to do it for us here on this Thursday edition from Radio Row. It's Super Bowl 60. Muse Pauly back in studio. Thanks. Rivs Huey on site doing an awesome job for us. We got one day to go. Pretty fired up for it. If you missed anything, catch AFR On Demand, podcast, YouTube. It's all there for you. We will see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
And as we get on down the road, we do remind you about our friends at South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com, new, certified, pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Remember, they are Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer. And what that means for you is 2 things primarily. Number 1, they got the best selection. When you move more Volkswagens, you get more selection. So if there's a model, a color, certain features you want, they got it. Look, I'll tell you specifically. Erica wanted a white Volkswagen Atlas SEL with the blacked out rims. Not my style. It's what she wanted. They got it. Like, they can get you whatever model with whatever features you want at South Point Volkswagen. And of course, because they sell more Volkswagens and give you a better price. SouthPointVW.com, SouthPointVW.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction?